Hey everyone. Today I just want to take you through a quick walkthrough demo of how to use SketchUp for web for creating a reference shot to actually trace from or just refer to in your own drawings and illustrations. So I really love SketchUp and I've just been using it recently, and I find that it's really helpful to just build 3D sets that you can really use to reference or even trace right on top of to make very complex illustrations that that I would normally find very difficult. I'm not the best drawer, so so I just want to utilize existing free digital tools that will make my life that much easier. So hopefully you've read through my blog post, just kind of guiding you through all the tools and just overview of SketchUp. So if you've done that, then we can jump right in. Otherwise, take a quick look through and maybe that'll give you a bit of context to all the tools that I'm using throughout. All right, so usually to get to SketchUp, I usually go to sketchup.com/web, which is just a short link to the actual URL. So, and it'll take me to this site, and I've already signed up for an account on Trimble and everything, so I don't have a problem there. And then I'm just gonna click Start Modeling, and it's gonna take me to the interface. So I've always made a few documents here, but I'll just click to create new one. And I like to just choose a simple template, meters, because usually we're dealing with people, and I think meters is a good way to visualize sort of the space. So I'll just click meters there. All right, so we're taken to this interface right here. And yeah, let's start with building a scene. So I want to do something a bit fantastical and a bit everyday, something that I would find normally really challenging. So yeah, I decided maybe something interesting like a cafe scene with maybe a mythical animal or a large animal inside and people inside in that environment. Usually I think you should start from a concept sketch, but I think this time let's just let our imagination flow and see what we can do with the tool. All right, let's get started. So here we have the whole interface, and we're only going to use a few select tools just to place things into the scene, resize them, rotate them, and really change our view so we can navigate the whole area easily. So yeah, let me just take you through a bit of the tools and creating shortcuts. All right, so here we have the overall interface, and again, just like the blog post, I'm not going to use all the tools, and I only use a few things on the right-hand side menu here. So let me just take you through the little things that I was talking about to change the shortcut keys, because I find that the shortcut keys that are in SketchUp right now don't make too much sense to me, and then I want to add my own too. So some things that I find really handy is this pan tool right here. So I've already changed the shortcut key, but I'll show you how to change it there. So if you hover over the tool right here, and it'll say pan right there, and then if you search for it into the search bar right here, so just click on that, and you click pan, and then you'll see this is normally H, but you can also just set it to anything else. So I'll just set it to P like usual, and then yep, just like that, and I'll hit enter. A few other things that I like to change are sort of the scenes and view. I generally just use the top view and the top view right here and the side view a lot, just to like place elements and just see where it is. I like to use the front view because that's like where I like to just see how to frame the whole shot, and I like the top view just to place elements. The front view is also good for just placing everything on sort of the ground plane. Right here you can't really see, if you hover over it, you can't really see what it's called, but just know it's called the front view and top view. So you just go in here and then you click front, and then you'll see the same symbol right here. And then here you can see that I'll put a shortcut key of F, and then it says it's already assigned to offset, but I don't really even know what that is, so I'm just going to change it anyways. And then same with the top view, I'll change that right here, top view, and then I'm going to change it to T for top, and then OK. And that should do it. And then let me just check these two, there are two views that we have, perspective and parallel projection or orthogonal. So in this one, there's like a vanishing point and converging lines, whereas perspective, a parallel projection is like orthogonal and the lines don't ever intersect. And I find the parallel projection one really easy to use to place objects. And then when I'm finalizing my overall shot, I'll use perspective. So I'm just going to type in parallel projection, and I've already changed the shortcut key to the equal sign to denote sort of like the lines don't converge. And then for perspective, we're again right here, just perspective. I put that as an X. Oh, I changed it. I put that as an X so that so it just tells me that the lines like converge. So okay, it makes sense in my head. All right, so having done that, and I've also changed a few other ones, but again, just check the blog post and then you'll see. All right, so I'm just gonna dive right into just putting elements into the overall into your set, and then I'll guide you through the tools as I use them. All right, so the fun of SketchUp really begins in the 3D warehouse. Here you can find a bunch of models that will be that you can use to build your 3D set. Most of them, I think they're all user created and they're of varying qualities. But if you're just using them for reference, it works pretty well. Not all the models are of great quality because again, it's all user generated. But some are quite good and some are quite large, and which might slow down your computer. So there's that issue as well. But yeah, let's just go in and search for something interesting. So I'm just going to find my overall, like sort of the set. And I found this really great one for a cafe under cafeteria. It's this top one right here. This one is really quite good. It's not very big. It's really easy to move around in. And it looks really good too. So generally you can look under products here and then you can just see there's a whole bunch of stuff relating to cafeterias. Some of it is just benches. I think I saw a coffee machine somewhere. But you can also click on models. And then, yeah, so you can see like some coffee machines. So you can even use these ones to insert into your set. So we click on any of them, and then you get a little dialog box that says download. And then if you just hit download, it'll enter right into your set. So I am going to just go into my top view, and then I'm just going to put the cafe pretty much right here, and then I'll just go to my front view. So again, I changed my shortcut keys, but you can also just click on the little video screen right here just to see. And then I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. All right, so you notice that everything's kind of shifted to the right-hand side. I want it to be more in the center. So I'm actually going to use the pan tool, which I changed to P, the shortcut key. And then that will help you just move the whole thing across. Yeah, so, and then I'm just going to select my object. So you just, it was selected anyways, but I'm just going to deselect it by clicking off of it and then reselecting. And I'm just going to move it to the front plane. So right now I have it in perspective, but actually want it on just a parallel projection, because here you can just see, you can really just place stuff in here. So I am going to just use the move tool. So as it's selected, I'll click the move tool, and this will just help me move it and snap it right to the bottom of the ground plane right here. All right, and then I'm just going to go to the top plane, and then yeah, I think that, and maybe I'll just move it closer to the center for no reason. And then yeah, okay. So from here you can kind of see you have the whole set. All right, so I was just going to rotate this. I'll just have a parallel projection, and then I'm just going to move the object right here, and I'm just going to rotate it. Just if you look through the object, you'll notice that there's sort of an empty wall right here, and then there's closed walls. It'll just make it easier if from the front view that the open part is facing the front view, which is right here instead of the wall. So I'm just going to rotate the model. And then so when you have it selected and also have the move tool on it, oops, you can just hover over these little red crosses, like these things right here, and then you'll get a circle, and then just click and just click and drag, and then you'll be able to rotate it. And I just want the open part of the model to face us. And yeah, that looks good. And then I'm just going to move it into the sort of the center area right here again. Okay, so here we have a nice little cafe scene. Yep, perfect. Let's go to the front view and just make sure it's right. Okay, so that looks good. All right, so let's just explore the scene just a little bit. I'm just gonna put on the parallel view, and then I'm just gonna scroll right in. This is a default model in SketchUp. You don't need to use it all the time. I'm actually just going to delete it, and then we'll insert our own characters into there as well. So here we can see we can just zoom in into the model, zoom in, zoom out, and then we can also adjust our eye level by panning. So again, I'll just go down here with the pan tool, which again I changed to P, and this raises or moves the entire camera, so you're able to pan around the scene. And then you can also use the orbit tool up here, which I've changed to, which shortcut key is O, and then you can kind of move the camera around. So in here you can just kind of use these two objects to just sort of move around the scene and get interesting shot. So yeah, just pan here and then zoom, and all the while zoom in and zoom out to just get a nice scene. Yeah, that looks great. So from here, okay, so let's insert a few more models into here. So I'm just going to zoom out and deselect the model. Okay, so let's go back to the 3D warehouse right here. And then let's put some people into the set. So I found these really great models that are good stand-ins. So it's just under 3D man. And then you get these people in the products menu just doing a whole bunch of stuff. So let's have someone sitting at the bar. So let's do that one, and I'll hit download. And then we'll just, I'm just going to skip over to, whoops. I'm going to skip to the parallel projection. I'm going to just hit my equal key, and I'm just going to use my front view. So right here. And then I'm just going to place some, maybe, oh, it's about, this person's about the same size. So I'll put him right there. And then we can go to the top, and then top view, again right here. And then I'm going to move, maybe turn him, and then put him into the booth. So let's just hover over the red circles and just turn him and just put him in here. So we just want him just straight on the booth right there. And then I'll just move him closer into the booth. And let's just go to the top view, and yeah, that looks good. Maybe move him down just a little bit so his feet are touching the floor. This model is great because apparently he's the exact same right size for the furniture. So this is a really good model just to start off with. Sometimes the models will be differently sized, so you'll have to just scale them. And I'll show you how to do that in a bit later. So let's have it so we have another person here. Maybe they're talking together with a person. So I'm just going to select, select the person. You can hit spacebar, or you just use the tool right here. And I'm just going to copy and paste, just Control V. And then let's just put him on the other side. And then we'll put him right there. And then we'll just turn him the other way too, using the move tool and just hovering over the red crosses. And then I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so I can grab the face of the thing and just move him right in. And they'll just sit diagonally from each other because maybe they're not maybe it's a little bit more, they're just casual acquaintances. All right, so that's great. All right, so while we're there, why not let's put some stuff on the table for them. So I believe I found these models for cups. And I'm just going to scroll down and see if I can find them. I think it's actually under models right here. And then we'll just scroll down. So yeah, just look for a simple cup. Some of them are not great, but I chose these ones. These are quite nice. Little enamel mugs, kind of look a little hipstery. So I'll just download those ones. And then, yeah, and look, they're the perfect size as well. And then I'll just put them on top of the table right here. Kind of, and then let's just go to the top view, and then just going to zoom in a little bit, pan down so that I can see it. And then I'm just going to move these cups maybe right in the center. And yeah, let's just rotate them to make it look a little bit more naturalistic. Yeah, just like that. Sure, why not? Yeah, yeah, no, I'll just move in the center right there. That looks good. Let's go to top view again, and then, yeah, so we can see that they're a little floating, so we'll just move them on top of the table. All right. Okay, so that's a great way to put a few people in the scene, and then let's just do a few more. So I'm just going to zoom out and then pan across. So hit P, go across, and then I want to put some person right here. So again, these are all the models are they're just stand-ins. We'll be using other models to just make it a little bit more dynamic. But this is just a good way to just fill in the scene and get the overall perspective of everything. So I'm going to insert another person. So I'm just going to type in 3D man again. And then this time, I saw someone sort of sitting cross-legged, so I think someone at the bar there would be really great. And then, yeah, I'll just put them right there. And then I'm going to top view, and I'll just rotate. Oops. I'll just move them maybe, yeah, a little bit of a physical distancing there, and then I'll just rotate them into the table. And this person will maybe just be having their coffee alone at the bar, at a table, I mean. And then, yeah, so I believe hit move, just kind of fine tune it. I think that should be okay. And then just rotate a little bit because I think they look a little bit askew. And then move it back, go to my front view, and I believe that's right. Let me just see. Yeah, I think so. Let me just check again. So pan tool, yeah, that looks, I think that's fine. All right, so let's get a few people walking in this cafe. All right, so it's coming along. Let's have a cashier standing. So let's go back here, and I'll just insert another person. And then this person will just be standing, I guess, taking orders, making coffee, and then just put them right here. Maybe they're just waiting around. They could also be doing something, but you could probably maybe kneeling or with their hands there to show that they're busy doing cafe related things. Oh, right. Okay. So, oops. Oh, zoom up. All right, and then I'm just going to click off of it, and then right there. And I'll just pan across. So we can see here there's a big wall sort of in the way. So let's just adjust this model. So we can just double click on the model, and if we we'll just click just click on it once, and if we double click onto it, we'll just go inside and we can edit the model directly. And all I want to do is delete a few faces. So I'm just going to double click, and then you can see everything that's part of the model surrounded by the blue box. So I'm just going to double click here. And then now I double clicked into it, and now I can just select individual planes in the model. So you can kind of see the planes and objects sort of highlighting blue. I just want to delete this wall right here, and then and I'll also delete this model as well because we don't need them. And then let's just maybe we'll delete this door too because we don't need that, and delete that one, and delete maybe this outline. So we'll just get a nice view there because we won't need it in our scene. All right, so let's insert the fantastical element now. So let's go for a tiger, some sort of large cat. So let's go into here. I'll search for tiger, and let's just look through the models. I don't want anything too big, but let's see. Something that'll be helpful. Let's choose this one. This one looks all right. It's a little bit bigger, but there's not so many polygons, so I guess that would be fine. So I'll just hit download again, and then it says it's a pretty big model, but it'll be fine. So again, I'm just going to place it somewhere. Let's just go to the front view, like there, and then maybe put it on orthogonal projection, so that way we can just put it on the ground. And then, you know what? I was going to put it beside, but maybe I'll just have it in front there. And then I'm just going to go to top view. And that looks good right about there, so that works well. So let's just pretend that there's a giant tiger in the scene, And then maybe we'll even make it a little bit bigger. So in this one, we'll go to Scale tool right here. And I think the shortcut key for that one's S. And then if we pull on the diagonals, then we can transform it uniformly throughout. Okay, so I'm just going to use my select key, click space, and then click out. And then that seems ridiculous, doesn't it? All right, let's just take a look into the scene and see how it looks. Yeah, that seems. You know what? I don't like it in the thing. Let's just put it in the background mirror. So let's just go back to the top view. I'm just going to grab the tiger, and then I'm going to move it. And also I'm just going to rotate it. So I think what I will do is we'll see how this works out, but maybe we can put it out the window right here and then make it really big. So let's just make it, scale it, and then make it really big. So it's a bit, maybe a bit scary right there. Oops. And then, and then we'll just hit space, and then I'm just going to sort of just take a look around. Yeah, that looks great. So there's just a huge tiger sort of outside the window. Maybe move it further in just to make the fill up the composition in the window. So yeah, let's just move right back down. Oh yeah, that's amazing. And you know what? I think just for something fun, I will have someone riding this this tiger. So I'm just gonna copy one of these people. I'm just going to copy and paste, and yeah, let's just put him right on the shoulders right here. And then let us just go pan right around here. Actually, let's just take a look right down here. And then, front view. And then we'll just grab the person. No, I don't. I'll just lock this one, and then we'll just grab this person, and then just move, and then just move it downwards, like right there. Sure, that looks all right. Top view, maybe, that looks all right. Maybe I'll just move it up front here so then we can get a good look at their legs, and that way we can use it as reference. Yeah, just like that. All right, so that seems like a pretty fun view already. Change it to a little view, and then let's just try to see if we can get some interesting composition from here. Let's zoom in, and let's try to find a nice scene for us to see. So right now we're pretty low, kind of children's eye level, so we'll just use the pan tool and move up, and then just take a look around our little cafe scene. So let's go orbit, or let's go in here, and then actually we can, even from here, we can pretend we're a person and just walking in. So we can use a walk tool, and then right there, and then just kind of walk into our scene, and then we can even look around. So under here there's this eye tool, and then we can look around. This kind of this kind of changes the view from one point right there. So you can kind of see right here, that's already pretty interesting, eh? Yeah, this is pretty great. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's a fun scene. And then maybe we can make it a little bit more challenging by going up, and then maybe looking around, so at L, and then just from the top, and just fill up that scene. So yeah, that looks great. And is it a little bit more challenging to have a little bit more perspective in there? Yes. So I'm just gonna look down again, and yeah, that looks great, I think. So yeah, I think that's all right. We can see the top of the lap, and I'm just gonna use the look tool. The look tool is great for just fine-tuning your view without changing too much. Yeah, okay, that looks great. Okay, let's use this one. All right, from here, so now we can make things really interesting by changing the lighting. So here we can really play around with the lighting. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on display right here. Display. And then under here, we'll have shadows off and shadows on. Oh, actually, before we do that, in the perspective view, you can actually change your field of view. So right now it's set at 35 as a default, which is a very um, natural um, natural field of view. So this relates to like a camera's lens. So this would be 35 millimeters, which is sort of like um a shorter depth for cameras, but you can have wider depth by increasing it. So for small spaces, you can get a wide angle lens. So by increasing it, so you can kind of see that you're getting some real big distortion now. But if you want to keep it a little bit natural, then between 35 and 60, I hear are probably your best bets. But to be honest, I kind of liked it at maybe 35 because we had a good sort of view right there. So we'll just keep it at that one. And then we'll hit shadows. Right now the shadows are off. I like to keep them off because then the rendering isn't so it doesn't take so long and it's a little bit faster. But now we'll turn it on, and then now we can really see how we can play around with the lighting. So you can play around with the time of day, and this just kind of shifts around the light. You can see maybe here you can just change the overall direction, and if you want to have some dramatic shadows, maybe having the person right here and the shadows right there makes it really interesting. And then you can kind of change sort of the height of the sun too, so so more fine tuning it. Yeah, I think maybe I kind of like to have the person, just seeing the person's shadow in there, quite nice. And then maybe having a little bit of the shadow of the tiger right there is actually kind of interesting too. Yeah, so play around with it. Can be quite interesting. Yeah, right there. So there you have it. And if you want, you can also add fog too for some little depth, but I want something really clear for reference, so we won't use that. So yeah, so hit save. I'm just going to save it as maybe Tiger Cafe right here, and then save. And then what I will do is I will take a snapshot of this scene, and then I'll just use it for my other use it as a reference. Perfect. All right. Well, I hope you found that really helpful. And I hope you try this out to create much more dynamic scenes for your own illustrations. All right. Thanks, everyone.